Adulting isn't easy at the best of times, but it doesn't help that the rosy picture of the world that was painted for us as children is far from reality. When we finally launch into the real world and start fending for ourselves, we're met with supersized portions of reality and a truckload of things that no one told us about becoming an adult. Some are easier to laugh at, others are heartbreaking, some a welcome change, and some more shake the foundations of what we thought to be true in life. Here are the top 15 things that nobody told us about becoming an adult. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Number 1. There aren't medals at every success point. The modern school system would have you believe that no matter where you come from in the race or what your marks are, there are prizes for everyone at the end. Somehow teachers manage to sell us this truth that everyone must try their best to win and winning is great. But at the same time, winning isn't everything, and wherever we come from, we are winners. It's the most paradoxical argument of any on earth. It sets us up for heartache and failure. In reality, there's a clear winner when it comes to competition, careers, and business success. But not everything is a competition like children make it. Who gets the bigger bowl of ice cream or who calls shotgun doesn't actually add up to eventual success, and the same goes for adulthood. It's irrelevant what car you drive or what thread count your curtains are if you have no time to enjoy them. Winning isn't about crossing the finish line first or scoring the highest. There are nuances, and the medals are also less obvious rewards like overall quality of life and happiness, and job satisfaction over simply a job title. At the end of the day, a happy home with a work-life balance is the ultimate reward for most adults. Number 2. Nothing is free. As a kid, life is free in more ways than one. Every few weeks of work, you're given complete freedom to play and do as you please, and food magically appears before you, water comes out of taps, and heating and electricity is available at the flick of a switch, at least for most middle-class kids. Young adults are given a hard dose of reality when your first paycheck disappears before you get to do all the fun stuff you always said you would do with your first paycheck. Everything costs. Even free things cost because they take a lot of time or resources to materialize. And life is darn expensive all the time. But Aluxers, if you want to know the most freeing experience, stick around to number 10. Number 3. You will fail, and that's okay. When you were a kid, you probably had a plan along the lines of go to college, get a job, marry by 25 or go on a world tour, move to LA and become famous, have kids before 30 and be a CEO by 35. Kids don't account for having to redo a semester of college or a breakup or your job being on the other side of the country so you have to relocate or retrenchment. It's a simple, straightforward, upward trajectory worldview. The truth is, life isn't a straight line. As Tennessee Williams put it in his play A Streetcar Named Desire, what is straight? A line can be straight or a street, but the human heart? Oh no, it's curved like the road through mountains. There'll be ups and downs, but if you take the bitter with the sweet, it's a beautiful journey nonetheless. Number 4. Eye contact and a smile make a bigger difference than what you're saying. You can say all the right words and share the most brilliant ideas, but if you say them looking down at your feet, no one is going to be convinced. There's seldom enough emphasis in childhood on some basic life skills that matter, like a firm handshake, eye contact, and a confident smile. These will give you so much more mileage than endless research and a lack of social skills ever will. Number 5. Hard work doesn't automatically equal success. If hard work was a sure path to success, there would be mine workers and healthcare workers living in mansions and retiring at 30, but that's not reality. There are so many factors to this besides blindly working hard at anything that's put in front of you. In essence, hard work doesn't mean anything if there's a cap at the earning potential of the role. Or if you aren't working at the right thing, then no matter how hard you work, it will not mean success. If you're not entirely sure what we mean, you can check out our other video, 15 Reasons Why Working Hard is Dumb. Number 6. Bathmats, toiletries, and bins. Believe it or not, these items don't just magically manifest themselves in bathrooms or grow in dark corners of houses. They have to be bought, and worst of all, they have to be replaced or washed, emptied, and changed. Shock, horror, it's a travesty, and the biggest secret adults have been keeping from young children. Number 7. Happiness doesn't come from keeping up. As kids, merely fitting in can basically buy you peace of mind. Having a bike to be in the neighborhood bike gang can secure you the best summer ever, or rocking the same sneakers as your best friend is enough to conquer the playground. But adults experience keeping up completely differently. Most of us will be surprised at the hollow feeling we get when we make a big purchase just to keep up with the Joneses, or when we finally get a salary we aimed for so we can earn the same as our friend. Those things don't necessarily change our happiness balance. Happiness from things or achievements only comes when they enhance our lived experience, when they are truly for ourselves. The liberation we feel when we stop comparing ourselves to others is the greatest achievement, and it can't be topped by a purchase or a bank balance. The reason? It's finally a true acknowledgement of our own success and our own life, not just our life in comparison to others. Number 8. We all have different values. If the Trump-Biden election season has taught us nothing else, it's the world has radically different views on many fundamental values. If you are brought up in a particular religion, race, or culture, you spend so much time interacting with that group, you begin to believe everyone feels the same. When we were at school, we were taught that everyone believes in honesty, integrity, and doing better by their fellow man. We're all treated equally regardless of our skin color or religion, that violence is bad and the police and the president are the good guys and they'll protect us. When you hit adulthood, this dystopian reality of all man being good and equal gets a solid kick in the nuts, and we're left with a painful reality. The truth is that somehow, for the most part, we find a way in the world to live amongst people with different values, and while the world might be on fire with the need to pick a side, we will once again find a way to play together. Number 9. Money costs money. If you listen to kids playing shop, then they have lofty ideas of buying a Ferrari and using their credit card to pay for everything. And why not spend on your credit card? The bank gave it to you, right? The reality check that having money costs money, accessing your own money at the bank also costs money, and to borrow money costs even more money, even when you're giving it back. Just in case no one told you and you're shocked right now, it's better to find a way to live within your means and have less stress than having great stuff and piles of expensive debt. Number 10. One of the greatest thrills is giving money away. As a kid, you might think that growing the balance in your piggy bank is one of the greatest thrills. And sure, you might share some sweets you buy with a friend, but that's often the extent of kid giving. There is a far greater thrill awaiting in your adulthood, the opportunity to give and give freely. It's the kind of transaction you'll never regret. Giving reminds us that even if it's a tight month, when we give, it shows that we really did have enough to make it work, and we're doing okay. It's a magnificent feeling and a privilege of adulthood that really isn't advertised enough. Number 11. Passports, IDs, and driver's licenses expire. These pieces of identification are a critical part of adult life. If you don't have them, it hampers your ability to move freely and transact in the world. What's worse, when you get your first passport or license, no one tells you they expire. That's right, those buggers have a shelf life. And if you're caught after its best before date, you may as well not have it on you. The worst is that in many countries, digital renewal is still being worked out, so renewing means taking a day off work and a trip to a government office to renew it. Cue many Aluxers quickly checking their IDs for their expiration dates. Number 12. You are the only constant in your life. The best friend and closest confidant you'll ever have is yourself. So foster a beautiful love and respect for yourself, embrace your own company, and make peace with your own advice. Truly, in your life, you are the most constant. People are migratory, wonderful and fulfilling, albeit fleeting parts of our lives. Even our partner or our parents won't be there for all of our life experiences. Finding true happiness is keeping an open heart to receive, release, and forgive others, and to embrace your own friendship. Number 13. Goals aren't always a win. One of the most devastating blows to adults is realizing that goals are a gray area. We're sold this idea that when we set our clear goals and a plan that's set to work toward them, we will find success, and success feels great. But in stark reality, sometimes goals will take eons to achieve. Many retakes, rewrites, redos, and circling back to get them right. The worst thing is, no one ever thinks to tell you that sometimes goals aren't worth it in the end. Nothing stings like getting to the end of a 5-year business plan only to realize that you hate the job, the profits aren't so great, or now that your business is up and running, there isn't even a need for it any longer. Number 14. Every decision you make affects your body. That donut, that drink, the way you sit in your office chair, the way you work out or don't, and even the fit of your shoe all affects your body. Gone are the days of squeezing yourself into small sneakers or watching TV with your neck cranked around the corner. Just 5 minutes in the wrong posture can mean months at the doctor, and doctors aren't free either. Something that comes into clear focus as an adult is you only have one body, that scars don't disappear, and injuries and bad calories return to punish us later. The sooner you can adopt a balanced and healthy lifestyle, the better your body will serve you in the long run. Number 15. Not everyone will think you're awesome. Kids' movies often show a scenario of a child winning the favor of an entire school or stadium. Before the credits roll, every character is smiling in agreement. That kid's got my vote. The truth is, it isn't anything like reality. No matter how many tries you score or whales you save, some people won't be thrilled for you. Some might even despise you for it. No matter how hard you try, like British actor Miranda Richardson says, you can't please all the people all the time. The converse is, you don't have to like everyone all the time either. It doesn't mean you have to be unkind to them, you just don't have to be friends. Whew, what a relief. Now, Aluxers, what did you find out when you became an adult? What was the biggest surprise you were hit with? Let us know in the comments. Now, since you stuck with us until the end, we do have one bonus for you. Changing lanes doesn't speed up your commute. Weaving from lane to lane can do wonders to make you feel like you're in control when you're running late. However, based on research by Vic Roads, you're fooling yourself if you think you're saving any time. The sad truth is, by making unnecessary lane changes, the only thing you're increasing is your risk of collision. For every lane change you make on a busy highway, you increase your risk of collision by 6 times the norm. Now, that's something they don't tell you in driver's ed. Thanks for watching, Aluxers. We appreciate your likes, and remember to subscribe for more videos every day.